Good afternoon and welcome. Bonjour et bienvenue. My name is Mike Jordhoy and I'm a bartender at Bricks & Mortar in Vancouver, and I'm really happy to have you with me here today as I present two drinks for my 2017 Courvoisier Toast of Paris competition. Now, for my first drink, we had to do something that's low ABV, and this is something that inspired by La Belle Époque. And when I think about that time period, I think about a lot of artists, writers, creative types, a lot of free thinking, just a very refreshing time. And so what I wanted to work with was a refreshing cocktail. So I came up with the Avait, which in English means awakening. We're going to start with 1 ounce of Courvoisier. Now, in addition to this, we are going to add 0.25 ounces of Amaro Montenegro. Now, this is a nice bittersweet flavor. It's got vanilla, herbal notes. A lot of things are going to really pair well with the things that are already in the Courvoisier. On top of that, I wanted to make this a little bit more refreshing, a little bit lighter, something that really is airy, and so I'm going to add a little of 0.25 ounces of Bittermen's Citron Sauvage grapefruit liqueur. And then I'm going to add 0.5 ounces of freshly squeezed lemon juice, a little bit more citrus notes, keep it breezy. However, this drink as it is going to be a little bit too tart, a little bit too dry. So what I did is I went and I got 0.5 milliliters of salted maple syrup. We're going to add that guy in there. I'm going to shake this cocktail up. I'm going to shake for about 10 seconds. Doesn't need to be too much more than that. Get our glass. Get a little bit of bubbles in there first. Really want to get it to be effervescent, keeping it with that whole kind of refreshing light concept. And then we are going to strain this guy, double strain it. Now, with this, we're going to add a Grapefruit Zest on there. Just get a little bit more citrus notes on there, keep it refreshing. And a discard. And then finally, we are going to garnish this with a fresh mint leaf. And voila, we have the Avait. Now, for the second cocktail, had to do something that was inspired by Parisian nightlife and really kind of a modern day twist on a golden age classic. So I was thinking about that, and when I think about Paris nightlife, I think about like big and bold and lots of things going on. You have a cocktail scene, restaurant, arts, there's a lot of things, but a lot of really complex things too. So I wanted to get a drink that was big and bold, but also nuanced. So I came up with what I call the Royal Glory. It is a twist on a 1887 cocktail, the Morning Glory, from Jerry Thomas's Bartender's Guide. Now that cocktail was cognac, rye, and dry curacao with some bitters and a little bit of simple syrup. For this, I'm going to change it up because I really want to emphasize the Courvoisier, so I started out with 1.75 ounces of Courvoisier. Next, I'm going to add a ½ ounce of the Canadian Club Small Batch 12-year rye. This is going to add a little bit of spice to it, a little bit of complexity. Okay. After that, we are going to add 1/4 ounce of Yellow Chartreuse. This is going to be a little bit more bittering. It's also going to have some honey notes, vanilla, very herbal. Going to pull out a lot of the kind of dried fruit notes that you've got in the Courvoisier. Then finally, I'm going to add a ½ ounce of the Antica Formula Vermouth. Now this is really going to bind together a lot of the other flavors, and it's going to give it a nice little mouthfeel. We are going to stir this guy up. take this glass and add a little bit more. What I did is I mixed some cardamom bitters with some absinthe. And what we're going to do is we're just going to rinse this glass. Give it a nice rinse, get to the notes. We didn't want too overwhelming cardamom, which is why I didn't use a straight bitters, but wanted to get some of those notes as well as the anise and stuff like that from the absinthe. We're going to take this and pour the Royal Glory into its new home. And then the only garnish for this we're going to have is a cherry that has been soaked in Courvoisier brandy. There we go. And we have the Royal Glory. Thank you very much. I'm Mike Jordhoy.